Hey, what is up guys? Going to be having a discussion video on Monarchs because now we have this really insane TCG exclusive trap card and I feel like it can bring Monarchs back on board because this card is insane. So let's go ahead and first off check out the new card and let's go ahead and talk about what this means for Monarchs. So it's a new continuous trap card called Escalation of the Monarchs, and it says once per turn during your opponent's main phase or your opponent's battle phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves tribute summon one monster. So what that means is you can tribute summon, a monster during your opponent's turn. And what that means for Monarchs is you don't get Effect Veiler. This is the card that ruins Monarchs. Basically, when you go for your play of summoning Monarchs to try to get rid of a stronger monster, if you get Effect Veiler, you don't have any return play from that. That's pretty much it. You basically end your turn after that. There are very few things that you can do in Monarchs. I mean, you don't have the option to go for like a Miracle Fusion. You don't have any alternatives to your just, summon. I know that there's the Illusionary Snatcher. I think that's what it's called. Snap. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Illusionary. Illusion Snatcher. This card can be used too, but for the most part, generally what's going to happen is you're just going to, you're going to go for your monster, it gets Effect Veiler, and then that's it. You got no rebuttal play. That's it. So what this will be able to do for the game is you're going to be able to recycle your Monarchs over and over. And as long as your opponent doesn't stop these with like a solemn warning, even if the torrential, they bottomless, don't worry, because you still get the effect of the Monarch. This is actually a mandatory effect. But if you happen to not get it, stopped, you can really do some crazy things with Unearthing of the Monarchs. This card is basically Black Whirlwind for Monarchs, but you can't search out the same Monarch, so you can't Caius and then search out for Caius. This actually has two effects. It has the ability to add the Mega Monarchs, which I still think that they are kind of underrated right now. I don't think that they're going to be like that good unless we get some extra additional support for them, because they just take too much to summon. You're going to have to invest too many cards, and once you go for those plays, if you get, the play stop, then you're going to lose too much advantage. But what's cool with this is, because it's supposed to add the Mega Monarchs, Dark-Armed Dragon actually qualifies into that section, so that's just something good, because Vanity's Fein and Caius are really great darks that you can just use, and plus, you can search them out, so, you can go Caius into add Ryza, then Ryza into add Caius, and you can do it during your opponent's turn. And there's also this card, the Monarch Storm Forth, which allows you to actually soul exchange. Basically, this card is a soul exchange where it does not have the downside that you can't conduct your battle phase. Plus, it's a quick play, and you can use it in combination with Escalation of the Monarchs and basically get rid of two cards on your opponent's turn, and on top of that, you have a Monarch that can't get Effect Veilered. So that's a huge, huge plus. You're going to get significant advantage. Plus, you can get a search out with this. This deck is looking absolutely crazy. It has a lot of potential. But another card that really brings Monarchs back on board is Majesty's Fein, because unfortunately with Vanity's Fein, he has 1200 defense, so you actually can't search it out with the Unearthing of Monarchs, because this allows you to add a monster with 2400 attack and 1000 defense. This actually qualifies for that category, plus it's a light, so BLS going in the main deck of Monarchs now. So this card is absolutely crazy. It can't be special summon, and it says neither player can activate monster effects. So at that point, what do most decks do? If you can't activate effects and say something like windups, I don't know really what you do. That's just going to really shut down so many decks, and that includes the hand. It doesn't just say the field. So that opens up so much potential. That means Blaster can't even plop it. It's just, you can't activate monster effects, period. So like, what do you do at that point? This card is going to make Monarchs really good, I feel like. And in combination with this, being able to get rid of your opponent's monster with, say, something like this, and then dropping this, game over, because there's so many meta decks, I feel like, that don't run any back row, and if you just drop this, there's very few things that they can actually do. But perhaps maybe someone will just go and exceed into something that just has large attack. But for the most part, if they can't activate effects, they're not going to be able to get that special summon out unless they're using Soul Charge. And at that point, hopefully you'll have Vanity's Fein ready to go, because if you have Vanity's Fein plus Majesty's Fein on the field, that's going to be very difficult for your opponent to actually do anything. But like I said, this is going to make Monarchs really good, and if you guys have any suggestions to where we can actually make this deck even better, because I know this is not a deck profile, but I really feel like this card is insane in combination with the new TCG exclusive, the Escalation of the Monarchs, because not getting Effect Veiler to Monarchs, this is like what Monarchs have been asking for, and they really don't want us to play Treeborn Frog. I mean, everything that they're giving us for support is all about the continuous. So, for the most part, I don't really think you need Treeborn Frog because of this card and being able to tribute during your opponent's turn. It's just looking way too good. So if your opponent makes anything that, is a threat, you just go ahead and tribute and then put it back to the top deck. and you'll be good to go. And then you can get your search out. I just feel like Monarchs are going to be crazy, especially because you can main deck Pot of Duality in the deck because you can just tribute your opponent's stuff. So that's really good in that aspect. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Azneyeswhitedragon signing out.